These are not your traditional earbuds. They have heart rate tracking and the ability to monitor your body temperature. So of course I had to go out and buy these the first day they were released, so this is totally not sponsored. I really wanted to find out how well these new features work, if they're practical, and compare them to my Garmin and other devices. But first, I want to go over if these earbuds are any good, starting with the comfort and if they stay on. My experience is that they are very comfortable for me. But, and here's the thing, they do feel like I get ear fatigue after I wear them for an hour or longer. I don't really like using them for long runs, so next week, during my half marathon, I will not be using these. So for this I went with their olive color. I absolutely love this option. Instead of, like your traditional black or white, you'll notice the silicone tips here, they're clear. And that's because the heart rate and the body temperature tracking, but we're going to discuss that later on. Interestingly enough though, they offer the ability to add and remove these wingtip. These wingtips here, they come in different sizes. I actually think you get 3 of them. But in all honesty, these do nothing at all for me. So a wingtip, if you don't know, it's meant for, especially for fitness sport earbuds, it should really give it like a more secure fit. A wingtip that fits well for me is like the one in the Beats Fit Pro, but these, they don't do anything for me. I almost feel like they're too flimsy. I'm about to get started with today's workout. It just started to get really windy, but no wingtip on. And another reason why I wouldn't use these for races now that I'm 1 week out is because of the controls. So if you guys are subscribed, you know that I really like, especially for running and races, actual buttons on my earbuds. And these, they don't have it, they're just touch controls. Now if you like touch controls, or if you're okay with them, these work well. They're honestly like a 9 out of 10. But if you're asking me what my favorite earbuds, right now I'm really liking the Bose open earbuds, and then I'm just a sucker for the Beats Fit Pro. If you do get these though, here's one solid tip for you guys. And now, when you touch your cheekbone, like this area right here, you're able to control the earbuds without necessarily touching them. So it's a really nice thing. I do want to emphasize though, we're gonna get into the heart rate and the body temperature. Let me catch my breath. But these are more than just fitness earbuds. You could use these for everyday life. Here's a typical day for me. So I use a good range of devices. I swear guys, I'm not an Apple fanboy, but the way that these devices smoothly switch between each other with the multi-point connection on these earbuds is so impressive, honestly, one of the best. Just check how well these work. And then when someone calls, thank you. End the call. The transparency is pretty solid on these, about 8 out of 10. It's fine for chatting across the table, but when you're outside running, it's a whole different story. Oh man, now when you have transparency mode, what that does, some people call it awareness mode, it makes it so you can hear the ambient noises around you. But these, it's not so good where it increases the wind. If I were to turn it on, it's completely useless. It feels like a hurricane in my ears. So for running, transparency mode was no good. Maybe this one? But now when you're on anti-wind mode, it honestly sounds like noise cancellation, which, I mean, it sucks. It does the job that now I can't hear any wind at all. But on days like today, when I started with the run club, I can't hear anything around me. It wouldn't really be a nice experience trying to talk with somebody while having these on. So I kind of give anti-wind mode a 5 out of 10, noise cancellation 8 out of 10. This is a microphone test on how these sound when you're running
a 9-minute, 30-second pace. It's a little windy. How does the microphone sound on these? Dude, that finishes today's workout. Microphone test. This is me when I'm walking, breathing a little bit easier. I mean, I know overall from using it 3 weeks, this microphone works pretty well.
Stay with me. We are about to address the heart rate and the body temperature tracking, but right now I want to address this case right here. So I hear a lot of crap about this case, but I honestly think it has a great build because these are sport earbuds. See, the case doesn't have a hinge like almost 99% of all the other earbuds, like the popular AirPods Pro, the Shokz Open Fit. They all have the similar hinge, but this just kind of flaps open. And it feels more rugged in those situations where you might drop the case. Now these are not super compact like AirPod Pros. They're a little bit bigger than Shokz Open Fit, but they're compact enough. The best part about the case though, my experience using the heart rate and body temperature tracking. I do think that there could be a market for this, but in order for that to happen, these need to be two things. They need to be accurate, but then they also need to be reliable. And unfortunately, from my experience in 2 of my runs, the heart rate would lock up on me.
It locks like it's just been at 132 beats per minute for the last 10 minutes. Look, here's proof. I'm stopping, waiting on my girlfriend, and it still says 132 beats per minute. My Garmin watch is going down, 145, 143. I don't know if it's the app or what.
Even with this experience, I truly believe that there is potential for this tech. Now, I don't want to drift too off subject here, but let's just say hypothetically, let's say Apple released heart rate and body temperature tracking to like a future AirPods Pro. Why? Because let's just say this was a way that maybe they can extend the battery life to the Apple Watch, which, I mean, has been a common complaint. So it's more to like supplement or enhance instead of looking at it as like a replacement. And just so you know, they only track your activities. So it's not all day tracking or when you sleep. In fact, speaking of sleep, big thanks to Manta Sleep for sponsoring this video. I love their sleep masks. They're my go-to. Before, I struggled to sleep on the go, but for the past few months, I've been using Manta Sleep, and the mask is so breathable and adjustable that it stays on and it blocks out all the light. I'm heading to LA for a half marathon, and trust me, quality sleep is crucial for these red-eye flights. So do yourself a favor, check out Manta Sleep, and make sure to use L10 for a 10% off on your order. Interestingly enough, these were actually more concise with my Garmin when I was in the gym strength training. These are lifts like when I'm supersetting. I'm talking about going to failure. Now, Sennheiser did partner with Polar on these. So to get the maximized experience, you would need a Polar watch. But the heart rate tracking works like any armband or chest strap. You compare it to your watch, and the part that's really nice is that it really is seamless. If you didn't have any watch, you could still use the Polar app, so you would be running with your phone. The body temperature, I honestly don't have anything to compare it to, but it is really interesting to see on the app how it's graphed out and how it increases. I might look into getting a core sensor. I think that's what it's called. It's a body temperature tracking device that seems to be the most popular one for working out. Would I recommend these? Honestly, no. They are $329. Maybe if you already have a Polar watch that's compatible with this and you enjoy it, you like it, maybe. But at this price, a good pair of earbuds are gonna cost you like $200, and then you can buy a chest heart rate strap for $100 and have a better experience than this. Probably though, I do want to note to you guys is that these are not just sport earbuds. You could get away with using these for everyday life, so they're not like a Shokz Open Fit or a Bose Open earbuds that are really like designed for only fitness. Something to consider. Overall though guys, probably the most exciting thing is the fact that Sennheiser partnered with Polar. All we need now is for like a company like Shokz to partner with Garmin, and that would be wild. I would love to see that. I want to thank you guys. We are so close to hitting 13,000 subscribers. In my last video, I thanked you guys because we hit 12,000, and now this community is growing really fast. Big news, I signed my first NDA on a product that's gonna come out, but I can tell you it's on a company that I mentioned within the last minute. That's it though. That's all I'm saying. I'll see you guys next week.